要不要吃老外做的？
老外做的还是本地的？
特别的，
自己穿啊，自己穿。
自己穿。
给我打工的。
打工。
不可以讲一可靠土豆。
Cup of an apple was 7 yuan. Just goes to show it's really difficult to actually eat healthy. Hello friends, Jake here, or Hansen Chan, back with another video coming to you from my car, as has been the case in most of these videos recently. I'm coming to you from an abandoned scenic zone, actually, that was recommended to us by the restaurant owner where we had dinner tonight. I'm here still in the Nawa, Tibetan and Qiang Autonomous Prefecture in Western Sichuan. I think we left you guys just after we had finished hiking Heights Valley. Let me tell you, that completely destroyed both of us. We actually only had one more night booked at the hostel, and we decided to book an extra 2 nights just so that we could relax and recover before continuing on the rest of our journey. And those 2 days were just so relaxing. We were just editing the entire day in their common space, meeting people, and then at night we would go walk the town, have a look at the beautiful architecture there. It's very, very colorful and very like kind of Tibetan vibes. We tried a bunch of local cuisine. We tried yak for the first time. We tried some Tibetan butter tea, which has a really, really unique flavor. I really liked it. And then we had a whole bunch of really, really wholesome interactions with the locals there. A couple of these children would just would not leave Emerson alone. It was the cutest thing I've ever seen. This morning we left Siguniangshan and we drove south. And our original plan was to go to this place called Dawa Gongjia, which is apparently the best 360 view in all of Asia. Quite the claim, I know. So we thought we'd go find out for ourselves, and then when we got there, we realized it was going to be 140 to get in, and then you had to ride the scenic buses, and it looked really, really touristy. So we were kind of like, is there anywhere else that we can watch the sunrise? Surely. So anyway, we went and had dinner, and we just asked the restaurant owner if there's anywhere else we can watch sunrise. And he recommended this place called Jiajin Shan. Then he also recommended this abandoned scenic zone to camp in that was halfway to Jiajin Shan. So that is where we are now. We are planning to get up at 4:45 tomorrow, drive up to Jiajin Shan, and then after watching sunrise, continue on to a small little Tibetan village called Danba. And that is our goal for tomorrow. But to spice things up a bit, we thought we might challenge ourselves to see if we can survive the entire day on just 10 yuan each. Now, 10 yuan is not a lot. My coffee this morning cost 25 yuan. So that might put things into perspective for you all as to how difficult this challenge might be. But we have been thinking about some ways that we might be able to trade our services for meals. Emerson can teach English, so maybe we give an English lesson. Maybe we see someone needs chores that need doing and we can help them with chores. Emerson seems to think that I would make a good shopfront person that kind of welcomes people into restaurants, and maybe I could do that for half an hour and trade that for a meal. I'm not quite sure, but it should be an interesting day nonetheless, and I'm excited to find out what's going to happen. We'll see you in the morning.
Heat.
Morning.
Morning.
Sorry.
No, you're good. Do your thing. Do your
2
thing.
seconds. 2 seconds. It's like when you shave, do you ever think of like leaving half your face? Just
I've
like,
done that. Yeah. I always see how many like faces I can go through. Like where I just like I'll start with like I don't know something whack like
And always end up at.
that.
Do I say it?
Yeah. I always end up with that. And then I'm like, all right. And then.
I think we've all done it.
Oh, it's good to know some things are universal.
How are we feeling about our little challenge today?
I'm up for it.
Yeah.
I'm feeling it'll be good.
Yeah. Okay.
AKA I'm ready to fast. No.
Sorry,
buddies. Oh, look at them stretching.
All are happy to be out in the ending of the night, welcome of the dawn.
We have arrived. It is 6:15. There's a few people here. Not too many though. Let's go check it out.
Let's run it up.
Let's do it. It's nice and quiet up here. It's so much nicer than when we came through here yesterday on the way down the other side of the mountain. And it was so windy and so cold. But now it's very peaceful. 你好，早上好。
哎，今天昨天来的啊？
对。
啊，我还给你那个，我那个兄弟给你2个一起拍照的那个。
对。
昨天还买了2个。对，你好。
我们今天也要看日出。
来，
走。
国际友人。今天日出的话，概率不大，雾。哦。
云。
有云挡着了。啊。你过去看一下嘛啊。
我们看一下。看一下。
大概是6点50日出。
6点50。
哦，对，6点50日出。
好
啊。等会饿了的话，这里有吃的哈。
其实我们今天拍一个视频，我们的今天的挑战是没有钱吃。
没有钱过一天？
对。
啊，这么牛？
对。
甚至你还可以帮我们拉客。
可以吗？
可以啊，我给你买单。
啊。
您帮我拉客。
好，可以。
我帮你买单。
然后半个小时我可以站着在这里，然后
可以啊，
来客人来这里可以吗？
对呀，可以，完全可以啊。
OK， 好，
真的可以。
真的可以。OK， we have our first feed of the day. Yeah. It was your idea. He wants us to stand out the front of his stall when he sets it up and like welcome people.
Yeah.
So all you have to say is I guess 来。And 好吃。Yeah. When people come, you just say 好吃。
Okay.
Okay. All right. Let's go climb this mountain. And at 6:30, we got 20 minutes to climb this little mountain. I can feel. No, I can definitely feel it. It's just like you just can't get air in. Come on. Oh wow, it's brightening up. I think we're gonna try and get up here. Wow. After sunrise, or rather lack thereof, it was time to get to work and start earning our food.
来来来。
Now, neither of us had ever done this sort of thing before, and it turns out it's more difficult than we thought.
I like this very much.
烧烤，
烧烤。
烧烤，烧烤，不喜欢。哎，
你的中文很好。
People seemed way more interested in just staring at these laowais trying to awkwardly sell food than the food itself. Shocking, right? Our first attempts at pulling customers were a complete flop, but after about 30 minutes of failure, these kind locals took pity on us and gave us our first snack of the day anyway.
Our first thing of the day. What have we actually got here?
almond.
It's an almond and milk goodness. Yeah. I think it's like a little sweet thing, but it kind of tastes like it tastes like white rabbits. Have you had white rabbits? Oh, dude, we got to get you a white rabbit before you go. They also make white rabbit ice cream. It tastes really good. Basically tastes like this, except this has nuts in it. First food order for the day. But she said you can help do this. Okay. 你说的是今天杀了吗？
对，
啊
早上才杀的呢。
早上现在
你可以摸一下，还有温度，
可以摸吗？
真的。
嗯。哦哇，还是暖和的。
嗯，对呀。
哇，多长时间你们来这里做这个事情，这个生意？
已经10多年了，我们就在这里放牦牛，放了20多年了。
20多年。
嗯，做生意就做了10多年。
嗯，你在哪里住？就是
在这里山下50公里的地方。
50公里啊。
有一个
叫什么？
藏寨。
藏寨。
嗯，你们昨天晚上在哪里住？
嗯，那个没有人的进去。
没有人的进去。
对对对，是当地的老板的推荐，叫青义江，哎，对对，青义江，对。我是 add salt， 放盐，然后磨啊。
然后我也可以给你们拍个视频吗？
啊，可以，当然可以。我可以问你们吃什么族？
藏族。
藏族，你好，想吃什么？
哦，
新鲜的牛肉，是他们今天杀了。
哎呦，感谢我们的外国朋友帮我穿肉，厉害。对，穿的什么牛肉串 ？Very good.
Very good. Is this your first time doing this?
This is.
Yeah. Okay. 是他第一次做这个事情。
听见没有，帅哥？穿好一点，穿不好的话，今天工钱就没了。
She said you've got to do it well. Otherwise, if you don't do it well, we don't make any money today.
This will be what brings people in.
That's it.
It's really addictive, low key.
Well, our first attempt may have been a bit of a disaster, but we were about to redeem ourselves. 你好，
你好，
要不要吃老外做的？
老外做的还是本地的？
特别的，老外做的这个，老外做的。
不要有皮嘞，不要有皮。
We're getting some customers finally.
你看你们，
哎，来，OK， 谢谢。
不用，
自己穿啊，
不用。
自己穿。
给我打工的。
打工。
不要出片的那四串。
He wants them especially. He's like, wait, I want some of those ones made by Lao.
看2个外国人。
我晓得，
你好。
我晓得呀。
你要照顾一下。
你们是哪个国家的？
澳大利亚。
来嘛，
他是美国的。
来嘛，
美国，左边的是美国。
来一张呗，来一张。
快点，快点，来。
Alright. We are finally getting to try the fruits of our labor. Cheers. Oh, it's quite spicy. It's really tender meat as well. We tried yak for the first time in Sugunyang, but I haven't had much of it. I'm starting to really like it. Also, let me know if you have tried this before, and whether you like it or not. I love it. It's really nice.
你们两个都穿完了，就过来帮我们穿一下。
我们很快要走了。
谢谢你们了。
啊，不用，我们就是需要吃，需要吃的。
随便吃。
谢谢。我从来没有尝过那个饼，
青稞饼，
可以吗？可以分。
没有工钱吗？
谢谢
给你们提供一个馍。
哦，谢谢。Cheers, man. What do we got? 这个叫什么？
那叫锅盔。
锅盔。锅盔。
也叫青稞饼。
青稞饼。That's really good. That is filling the hole.
谢谢你们两个了。
I think we can definitely class this as a successful endeavor for our first meal. So, I think now we're gonna head south, right?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we wanted to go to this place called Damba, but the road's closed. Instead, I think we're gonna jump in the car, go south. Got a few recommendations, but I'm really not sure on like what places to stop. But this region is super beautiful. It doesn't matter where you go, so I'm not worried.
Yeah, me neither. The wind blows and it's just as beautiful.
Hell yeah.
Hey!
老外做的。老外做的。
That makes me so happy.
Yeah, me too. So many people are coming to specifically because they are made by Laowais.
我可以讲一口烤土豆？我可以。
可不可？可不可以？
可不可以？我可不可以？
对。
尝一
串儿。
烤土豆。可以。
Nice. 自己烤 that means you do it yourself. You do it yourself. 我也可以吧？好。And so, with our bellies full of delicious food, our wallets still heavy with 10 yuan each, and our hearts full of gratitude, it was time to say goodbye to our new friends and get back on the road to continue our journey. 非常感谢你们。
哇！
我非常感谢你们了。
不用。我们很享受这个经历。
欢迎你们下次再来。
OK， 好，
谢谢了，
拜拜。We drove for about 4 hours before we started to get a little bit hungry again, passing endless mountains and farmlands. Cornfields, fruit orchards, you name it, we saw it. And that's when an idea hit us. Instead of buying food, why not see if we could find some for ourselves? We stopped to ask some locals if that was even possible. 想问，有附近的地方可以自己拿水果吗？
下面盖上。
下面吗？
对。
啊。
苹果、梨儿、
苹果
啥子什么都有，下面。
什么都有。
对。
好。So with high hopes, we followed their directions and stopped to try our hand at finding some fruit. But it didn't take long for those hopes to come back down again. Well, doesn't look very fruitful around here, unfortunately. But still quite beautiful. Oh well, I guess we'll try somewhere else. We tried a few more stops along the way, but could only find land that was specifically made for farming, and we didn't want to take those because that would essentially be stealing. So in the end, we continued driving for a few more hours and our bellies were really starting to rumble. We're charging away. We found ourselves in quite a large town, apparently called Tianquan. And we've still got like 4 hours drive to where we were originally going to go to, but I'm getting a little bit tired, I'm not going to lie. So instead, I think we're just going to go for a bit of a wander and have a little bit of a think about what to do for the rest of the day. We still haven't spent any of our 10 yuan each. So, you know what, maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll spend a little bit of that on something. We just checked that fruit store over there. 7 yuan for 1 apple.
Crazy. Highway robbery. Chinese highway robbery.
Well, it's inflation for you, but I don't know. I feel like we can spend it more wisely than that. Okay. I have a feeling this could be the way to get some calories into us, because it's usually pretty cheap to get these like little lolly things here. We shall see. Yeah, I'm talking these things. That's 10, but that's for 500 grams. Dude, these are $1.80 for a full thing of chips. Yam chips. How much is that?
$4.50.
$4.50 for it. There you go.
Yeah. Money left over for ice cream.
Do you want to do that?
I think it might, and then we can have time to relax, chill.
Why not? We'll go find a campsite or something.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna spend my $1 on this, and I'm gonna get one of those as well. Oh, dude, our favorite. These things.
These actually would be good.
They're 50 cents each. I reckon that's dessert for tonight. Oh yeah, they're exactly the same price, so you could probably get a few of them. I don't even know what they are, but we did so well this morning that we can go nuts now. Should we just remind people how much this actually is? 10 yuan. It's $1.30. Okay, $1.30. So this is probably close to like, I don't know, 10 cents. Okay, so that's $1. That's probably another 50 cents. That's $1.50. A cup of an apple was 7 yuan. Just goes to show it's really difficult to actually eat healthy. we're not going to be eating healthy tonight, that's for sure. But we'll be eating. Poor guy's going to have to weigh all these individually.
I know, I feel bad.
I just want to try them all. You know what I mean? Like, I've never tried any of these. I don't know what this is. What is this? Walnut?
$9.38.
Nice. 9.38's good.
That's good.
辛苦你. Oh, dude, I can get more.
That's what I'm saying.
I can get more.
Yeah, suddenly it's like, I don't
I
want
might
to miss out.
I might get one of these peas, garlic flavored peas. 10块. Ooh. Well, I think we can get 1 bottle of water.
You know what? I still have enough of mine left.
没事，我可以给你算1块钱嘛。
1块钱吗？
可以。
哦，谢谢啊。
但是还是要超1块1毛钱。
嗯。
你要觉得
可以啊。
可以的，可以那就
可以。Because you have 60 cents left.
62, yeah.
Yeah.
So
that puts us
50
cents less
50 cents,
than.
51, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Bye bye.
Couldn't be bothered with the necessities of water.
Yeah, we went straight for all the like, just bunch of calories essentially. Mainly sugar. No protein in here whatsoever. But it'll keep us alive. We got 1 bottle of water, so this can be our water that we boil. I've got a kettle in the back of the car, so we can boil that water and use it for our noodles. Okay? Alright. We've just been doing a little bit of planning and could not help but get into our food. So, didn't really get a chance to sort of go through all the little goodies that we got. And these we will have at our campsite. But our campsite, we've just decided while sitting here, is probably going to be another 3.5 hours drive away. It's already almost 6 o'clock here. So it might be completely dark and you guys might not get to see that. So we might just wrap up here. Thoughts on today?
Incredibly interactive is a great way of saying it.
It kind of forces you to have interactions with people. At least it did this morning.
I'm not even gonna lie. This morning with our skewer segment,
skewer segment.
I was really getting into the Laowai marketing vibe of, look who's skewering meat, come on over.
And then the whole fruit picking endeavor didn't quite go as planned. It is illegal to pick someone else's fruit. Lo and behold, who knew? So we ended up going with a whole bunch of sugar and chips and
empty carbs.
I guess it is possible to live on 10 yuan per day. Probably going to get a lot of comments from people saying, oh, you could have just eaten rice or whatever. You could probably get like 10 kilos of rice for like 10 yuan or something. We came up with this idea last night, all right? And we were just on the road and we thought it would just add a little bit of flavor, so to speak, to our trip, which I think it did.
More than enough.
I enjoyed today. I hope you guys did too. If you did, like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.
Whoa!
They are so excited. I remember when I had that much energy.
Right? Dance party!